Surprising data. Who's responsible for gun violence, red or blue states? Hello, this is Chart GPT today. I have another set of charts here. This has always been a kind of an ongoing political battle between who's causing all the gun violence or gun deaths in red states or blue states. Of course, red states refers to the Republicans and blue states refer to the Democrats. Of course, everybody likes to point fingers. A recent article out by Politico, they did kind of a clever analysis suggesting that in fact it's red states, because I know a lot of conservative Republicans think it's always blue states. So, but they've come out with their article, and they've done a clever thing by dividing up the country in these what they consider kind of a cultural state areas rather than states themselves. And then they do a dissection of those states and say, well, hey, these are red states and not blue states that are causing all the violence. Some people think it's just a political hit piece. Some people think it's a valid analysis. Of course, that depends on which side of the political divide you're on. Taking a look at specifically the data, here they carved out these areas and they basically show the South. Of course, these again are not on a raw data basis, on a deaths per 100,000 people, and they're implying that the greater Appalachian area and the deep South tend to be the more areas where there is a violence or gun deaths, shall we say. And they break it down further in terms of suicide. Now, suicide's a little bit different. They're blaming the gun, of course, for the suicide. This is suicide by gun. Again, kind of mapping out those same areas, even including the far west. Then drilling down to the crime itself. Again, this is where they say the Deep South is the most violent areas of the country, and that's basically how they've divided up the notion of why they feel that gun control might be the solution to the problem. Of course, you can do many things with data. For example, they've done studies that show that people that get cancer often eat pickles. 95% of people that get cancer have eaten a pickle, so therefore pickles causes cancer. So obviously that's nonsensical, so a correlation does not equal causation there. So they've done a clever spin on the politics, of course. Still, other data here would counteract the Politico article saying that in fact majority of the major cities are in fact blue or Democrat controlled, and so the Republicans point fingers at the blue policies of the Democrats, soft on crime, maybe their cultural issues. So the question is there not other factors that would be better to determine than trying to slice up the country and point the finger at the other party? Probably cultural, racial issues, as well as policies of these individual areas, and it may be more of an urban versus country situation as opposed to the culture itself. So there's a little further data that needs to be analysis. Give us your take. We did ask the AI on this, and as usual, fairly uncommittal, sensing that this is a hot political topic. We'll take an online poll in the description box. There's a link to the post. Don't forget to subscribe.